Hi, I'm Kirsty making from Naio Nails. In this video, I'm going to create... Hi, I'm Kirsty making from Naio Nails. In this video, I'm going to show you how to do a gorgeous design using acrylic and freehand nail art. For this design, I'm going to sculpt. I've already started to prep the nail, so I've removed the surface shine from that nail. Now I'm going to fit the sculpting form. Take the tab off. Pop it in the centre. Give it a roll. I'm just going to check how this fits. Nice. So I'm just going to give it a roll. I'm going to close this end. Then once you're happy, close the rest of the form. So that fits really nice right under that hypernicum there. I'm going to dehydrate the nail with the nail prep dehydrator, and then once that's evaporated and dried out, we're going to put the acid-free primer on. I'm going to use Max Adhesion, and I'm going to start with the clear powder first of all. I'm going to make this part first, very thin, sliding up over onto the natural nail. This is just going to give some strength to the nail. And I'm just going to slide that out really thin. And we're creating a ballerina shaped nail. So that's really nice and thin. Now I'm going to use warm natural beige. Pop it in the centre of the nail. Just tap in the back of that bead. And what I want is a curved chevron smile line. So that's all I'm concentrating on right now, is to get this curve nice. Using the very tip of the brush to just slide across. Another bead. And we're going to work the cuticle area now. Pointing the finger down and stroking it over the top of the bead that we've just put on. Just going to make sure I've got my apex built. And then I'm going to use Diamonds Are Forever. Diamonds are forever. I'm going to start at one side. Nice and thin. And do one side at a time. And once that starts to set up, I'm going to use a dotting tool. I'm going to dip it into the powder. And I'm going to push out a pattern. So just using the nib of that tool to create the pattern. And now the other side. Then I am going to put clear over the top, quite a wet bead, so it sits into all those little gaps that we've just made. And then you're going to apply a bead of acrylic for strength. Let that set a little bit. And then I'm going to put the pinching tool on, just to give that a nice C curve. Once it's set enough, you can then remove the form. Then I'm going to start to file. Same filing routine. So your side walls are first, nice and straight. I'm going to buff the nail now. Clean over with pure acetone, which is going to help clean the nail, but it's also going to melt that top layer only ever so slightly. I'm going to clean underneath. Then with a little bit of black acrylic paint and a detailing brush, those little pockets that we've just created, we're just going to go round them really randomly. And the good thing about this design is it doesn't need to be perfect. You want it quite wavy. And a similar kind of pattern, I just go up the sides of the cuticle area. Make sure your freehand work is dry. Once it's dry, we can finish it off and seal it all in with some mega gloss. Just bouncing towards the cuticle, I'm not flooding it. And we're going to pop that into the lamp for 1 minute. Final bit of cuticle oil. Rub that in all the way around. You could also create that with a clear tip if you wanted to. I just wanted to show you a bit of sculpting as well.